Hello there everyone, it's Shiny Sparky, and welcome back to more Final Fantasy II Anniversary Edition. This is the finale. At least in terms of story, there are going to be some stuff after, but I'm pretty sure you already know that. Anyways, it's really simple to get to the 10th floor, simply follow that path, southwest, and here we are. Once we approach that guy, the Emperor, it is going to be the final boss of the game, so we have to prepare ourselves. This is the strategy. Very situational strategy here. First off, remove these two swords, because I'm going to be giving Farion the Mass Immune and the Excalibur. Both swords, so that he has massive attack power. He has a very high, 10. Weapon level 10 proficiency in swords, so give him both. Next thing, you want to give him high armor. He needs a lot of defense, so what's the best armor in the game in terms of defense? The Genji set. Go ahead and give him these things. Go ahead and give him the Genji helm, which will boost his defense to 92, and also give him the Genji gloves, which will go to 118. Okay. Once that's done, next thing you want to do, let's see, diamond armor. Okay, there's nothing else because I never picked up the, Genji armor. I felt that it was not worth it to walk all the way over there and waste more time. So, the next thing you want to do is actually, what the hell do I have golden armor for? Seriously. Well, I want to give him the, no, actually he's good. What I'm gonna do is give you the Sunblade, because that's the next best sword, and what else? The oh shoot, Dragon Shield. Okay, there we go. So let's see here. Now I want to give you the Diamond Helm because that's gonna be that's gonna be the best one, the next best. I'll just give that to you. The ribbon, well, actually, the ribbon might be useful because, let's see, if I give you the power armlet, obviously, the ribbon could resist stuff, but I don't think it's worth it either, because it's not gonna, or wait, maybe it is. I have two of them. I could give one to Guy and one to Maria. That helps out. You lose 7 defense, but I'll just put it. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do this. Ribbon, black garb, well, there's no golden armor is not better, that's for sure. And that's pretty much it. The next thing you want to do is actually go to formation and actually swap out, or put Farion in the front and put Maria, Guy, and Leon all in the back row. Farion needs to be the only one in the front row. Very good reason as to why. So, it's going to go into post-commentary very soon for, simple reason really. But, yeah, so, I will see you all in it. Well, actually, hold on, I'm just... No, whatever. Okay, so here we are. This is post-commentary now. So, time for the Emperor battle. Oh man, there's sirens in the background. Oh god. Alright, this is post-commentary. And, the reason why I'm doing this is just because I really need to talk really well throughout this battle. Rather than being, distracted by the boss himself. But yeah, he just has some stuff about, what the hell? Okay, well, he basically wants to rule the world. And he's the Lord and Master of Hell. So yeah. This is the true final battle, the Emperor. This battle's tough, unless you know how to deal with it. First off, if you have the Blood Sword, with Ricard, like if you never give it with Ricard, equip it, the battle will be very simple, with the Blood Sword. However, if you don't, well, you need to use a good strategy. First off, the best thing to do is to go ahead and use Haste and Berserk on your character in the front row. Mine is Farion. You can also use Guy, but I prefer Farion. Have him in the front row. And Flare is the least of his warriors. His most devastating attack is actually his normal physical attack, because it does multi-thousands damage. It really does, and you want to be careful. So, go ahead and haste. Leon should have haste or berserk, and then either Maria or Guy should have... One of them should have haste, the other one should have berserk. So the first turn you don't want to attack with Farion, instead use Hermes shoes or whatever else you want to do. Basically buff yourself up. Second turn, begin attacking with Farion, and then what you want to keep doing with the other three is basically haste, berserk, haste, or haste, berserk, berserk. But basically get at least one of those per turn, and then the other one get the, a second spell of that same one. So my strategy was haste, berserk, haste, in that order for Maria, Guy, and Leon. His physical attack was devastating, as you just saw, so if you were to attack Farion again, all these buffs would be over, and that is the biggest problem with this battle. It's surviving individually. So, now it's time to use those elixirs. There's no need to use them, like, to save them anymore because you're going to use them in this battle. Starfall 10. This is actually not very powerful, despite it seeming like, you know, it's like a signature move or something. It does seem like that. It's actually not that powerful. I mean, look at this. See, it's probably one of the stronger moves in the game in terms of attacks that attack everyone, but his physical attack is much more brutal. So luckily he did not use his elixir, but I ended up using, you know, to try and revive him, just in case he did die. That way I could, you know, revive him, but nope, he didn't die. So I wasted a turn with Leon, but that is fine. So I just keep using Haste, Berserk, and Haze, and that's pretty much the strategy, like I keep saying. That is pretty much it. There's nothing else to it. But again, keep 3 characters in the back row and keep 1 in the front. That way the physical attacks almost always get directed towards the character in the front row. And the ones in the back are free to use their magic and all this other stuff, you know, that they need. So there's more haste. Just haste and berserk, that's pretty much it. And an attack, 1642 and 1700. As you can see, having the strongest swords does help. If you chose Pharion's legendary weapon, that's going to make it a lot easier because he's going to get a major stab boost. Dual wield Mass Immune with his sword, which I completely forgot what the hell it was. But dual wield those, and he's going to do a ton of damage. Seriously, a ton. He deals quite a lot of damage there. Because Leon is under leveled, as you already know. I never actually bothered to raise his stats even a decent amount. Oh well though. That's fine. Maria actually caught up quite nicely with Pharion, by the way, in terms of HP. 2500 to 3300. You know, she was always down like more than 1,000, but not anymore. And Guy just annihilated everyone else in that. But there we go, that's it, that's the battle. Once it starts turning, you know, into a darker shade of red, that means that the battle is officially over, and the game has been beaten. So that is the final boss. As you can see, he's fairly challenging if you don't know what the hell to do, but if you do know what to do, it does not become too difficult. You can actually just get away with it by using that strategy. 1 in the front, make sure to dual wield, give him good armor so he can, you know, tank at least 1 physical attack, because those physical attacks are brutal. So yeah, he's like, who are you? He's like, unbelievable, yeah, whatever. And he basically perishes. It is over. It is over. It is definitely done, Pharion. It is done. So what happens now with these post-game scenes? We're back in Fynn once again. The 4 of us have returned. And here's Hilda and Gordon again. It's finally over, isn't it? It was a long struggle, but with the Emperor gone, yeah. Thank you, with all my heart, I thank you. With the combined strength of Cash and Fynn, we will build the kingdom anew. Together, Princess, we will create a kingdom even fairer than the old. Though once a coward, I now stand here a new man. Yeah, you were once a coward, you really were. You let Scott do everything for you. And here's Paul. You know, we could not have done it without you, because we actually got captured in the Colosseum, remember? If it wasn't for Paul, we would still be stuck there and we could not beat the game, so Paul did a huge favor by freeing us in the Colosseum. And here's Layla, of course, you know, one of the few guest members who never died. I mean, there's a lot of deaths in this game, it really is, you know, Joseph went down, Minwoo went down, Scott went down, Sid went down, who else? Ricard went down, and yeah, it's crazy. 5 people? 5 people died? It's basically the 5 people from the Soul of Rebirth plus Sid. That's crazy. But yeah, there we go. So time to rebuild the kingdom anew. That is the finale. I mean, there's one more quick scene here regarding Leon. What is Leon doing? Right, Leon? For us, there can be no going back. But why? Don't go. Pharion, stop him! Oh god. Maria, Leon is right. We've been through too much. I can't stop him. Not now. Leon, we will meet again. Why, yes we will. Most likely. There it is, and there are 4 spirits, as you just saw. Everybody is happy, even the dead. This is only the beginning. Yes, the beginning. No, that does not imply a sequel because there is no sequel. It's just saying the beginning to rebuild the kingdom. Their long struggle was finally at an end. The Emperor. Pandemonium. The monsters plaguing the world. All had vanished without a trace. Peace had returned once more. The wounds of the war would mend, and the memory of those bitter days would fade. But one thing would never be forgotten. That a band of young heroes once saved the world. And that, everyone, is Final Fantasy II. Well, this game is rather interesting. Yeah, these are the credits, obviously. It's a rather interesting Final Fantasy game for one big major reason, the character development. I'm saying it's interesting even though for me personally, I do not like this development, so yeah. I'm just going to be talking about my thoughts about this game. Here we go. First off, the character development, like I just said. Again, I'm not a fan of it, but I can understand why some people would like it. You know, it's not a typical game of, you know, leveling up and getting stronger like that. No. Instead, you have to force your characters to basically, you know, use these types of skills or status, whatever, to actually gain more stats. So it's kind of like real life, you know, you train up in that department to build up in that department. So it makes a lot of sense. It's really realistic in terms of that, but again, that development system is really a hit or miss. For me personally, it was a miss, but just because I'm saying that for me personally it was a miss, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. But it is unique. I will give them that. It is very unique. So, that's that. Now the story. The story is overall decent. I mean, it was Final Fantasy II, so you know. And this is only an enhanced remake, so they can't really change the story with the remake. They just can't. So, because it was back in, you know, 1980, whatever, 1990, it was around there, late 80s to early 90s, it's actually a pretty well-made story for that year, you know? It really is. The deaths of characters, you know, trying to help you out, you know, trying to defeat the Empire, it all makes sense. It does make a lot of sense, so give them credit for that. Again, I'm not a huge fan of it for nowadays. If I compare it to other Final Fantasy games now, it's really not a great story, but it was good for back in the day. It really was, and the enhanced remake really helped it out. The graphics, you know, got really improved. It's really nice, and there's also a bonus dungeon, kind of the Soul of Rebirth, and that's post game. So I am going to be doing that, of course, but not for a while. Oh my god, I can't do any more videos of this game for a while. I really just don't feel like it. Unlike Micromon, where, you know, in Micromon I pretty much did all the bonus stuff after, you know, right away. This game, I'm not going to be doing that. There's no way. Micromon will have brackets complete, but Final Fantasy II will not until I get those Soul of Rebirth videos, which should be in, I don't know, like 3 weeks. They should be up by 3 weeks, you know, from the day this video's up. Maybe a month at the most. But overall, I'm not too sure. It's not a long time from now, and it's not going to be a lot of videos. It's going to be like, what, maybe 5 bonus videos of this. I should be able to do it, of the Soul of Rebirth, you know, I should be able to do it in about 5 videos or so. So it shouldn't be too bad, too big of a problem. But we will see. Now, what else is there to say? Well, 2 is over, obviously, Final Fantasy 2. I mean, as I just mentioned so many times. So that, of course, means that, well, I'm going to begin Final Fantasy 3, but it's not going to be soon. You know, I don't want to let's play too many Final Fantasy games in a row. I really don't. Now, I will make a note about something. If some of you are just watching the finale and not the other Let's Play because you thought Final Fantasy 2 was bad, and you know, I did mention it plenty of times in the World of Magic Let's Play, how Final Fantasy 1 and 2 are pretty boring games to watch. They really are. Even though these games are pretty boring to watch, don't worry. This series gets a lot better. And if you're watching this video, the finale only, and you didn't watch Final Fantasy 1 or 2, the entire Let's Plays, but you want to watch the next ones, or like you're not sure if you want to watch the next ones, I recommend to at least try it out. Try out watching a few once my Let's Play begins, or you know, you could watch other videos of other Let's Players, or even buy the game and play the game yourself. But I will tell you that, beginning from Final Fantasy 3 and onwards, the series gets a lot better. It improves a lot in terms of graphics, in terms of story. Gameplay overall is much better. It is a much better series. It's much more advanced. That's why personally I think Final Fantasy 1 and 2 are one of the weaker titles in the series. But again, it makes sense. I'm not criticizing them. It makes sense. They were the older games at the beginning, you know, they don't have a lot of features. Even the remakes can only do so much. So it makes sense. But again, give them a shot. Give them a shot. The later ones. You really want to give them a shot. Because they are great games. By the time I get, you know, to the PlayStation Golden Era, 7, 8, and 9, and then beyond, 10 and beyond, it gets amazing. 3, 4, 5, and 6 are still great. Also, 5 and 6 I'm not huge fans of, but 3 and 4 are good. 5 and 6 I'm not huge fans of. 7, 8, and 9 is, you know, the golden era of the PlayStation. 10 and onwards, great graphics and all that stuff, you know, just great games. Well, besides 12, which is overall decent, but the point is, overall, the series gets better. It gets a lot better. So, once I begin Final Fantasy 3, you might want to give that a shot, you know? Just watch it, I guess, and watch it for a bit, and if you still don't like it, that's fine, you know? In the end, it is only an opinion on both sides, so it's fine, but just give them a shot. That's all I'm gonna tell you. So, my banner will actually be changing very soon. This video will be up on Sunday. It's gonna be Sunday's video. And, beginning on, well, yeah, Sunday night to maybe Monday morning, the banner will be new. I'm going to begin 2 new Let's Plays on Monday, both of them on Monday. So that should be really interesting, it really should. I just hope that, well, everything goes according to plan. Because I'm finally over with, you know, Micromon and Final Fantasy 2. So it's time to begin some new projects. Harvest Moon Magical Melody will begin very soon. You know, in case any of you are fans of Harvest Moon and watched A Wonderful Live videos. So yeah, that'll begin very soon. It's not going to begin Monday, but very soon. In about a week and a half to maybe 2 weeks, once one of those Let's Plays is over, because one of those games is actually short, the other one is decent in length. But yeah, once the shorter Let's Play finishes, I'm going to kick off Harvest Moon Magical Melody, beginning with the next Harvest Moon game. So yeah, that should be interesting, and stay tuned for that. The credits should be near over, and there's really nothing else to talk about. Well, is there? Let me see. No, there really isn't. There really isn't. But again, overall, this game is, you know, decent fun, semi fun, I could call it. But it'll get better. Trust me, it gets better. Like I said multiple times already during the credits. I don't know why I keep saying that. Let me talk about something new. There isn't anything to talk about. There really isn't. So, I could just read random names here. Publisher: Yochiwara. Keiji Honda. Did you make the Honda brand? Did you? No, probably not. Oh god, okay, so yep, these are the credits. Over now, finally. I like that background, you know, you see like galaxies over there and stars. This is the end. So, I just want to thank you all, you know, for watching all of this, you know, staying with me until the very end, although not very many of you stayed with me until the very end, because again, it's not a very interesting game to watch in terms of a Let's Play. But if you did, you know, thank you very much for watching this, you know, supporting me and all that stuff, yeah. You already know, I say it many times of thank you, you know. So, once it's over, make sure to save if you want to do the bonus Soul of Rebirth, which I will be tackling next time, which is going to be a while, you know. The bonus videos 32 through, I'm guessing like 36. So yeah, thank you for watching, goodbye everybody, and until next time.